So the Fitness for All podcast. This is episode 2. So thanks for the people that watched the first video. You know, people were telling me it was good feedback and stuff. But I thought I'd bring a guest on this time because that's what I said I wanted to do, bring people on, you know, kind of on the same journey or been on this journey, you know, and they could tell, you know, everybody ain't like my body type or they ain't like me, so they can't relate. So you bring somebody else on, they might relate. So brought a guest on. She already got her own YouTube, you know, she got some good content, pretty funny. But she, you know, she got her own little journey she got going too. So, you know, I want to introduce to y'all Taylor Ray.
Hey everybody, it's me, Taylor Ray. Okay, this ain't my YouTube channel. But yes, I'm so happy to be here. I'm really nervous, for sure I am. I saw your last video and, you know, I'm like, damn, I told you on Instagram, I'm like, it's time to tell my story, you know? And you just saying what you've been through and your struggles and just, you know, encouraging people, I'm like, I could do that. And of course, I always want to, you know, collab.
Yeah, man, be scared to, you know, tell the story or whatever because, shit, it inspired me.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, people didn't tell me, I know you.
Right.
You inspire me. I get a lot of those.
Really?
It's like, you inspire me. I'm finna get back. Even if they don't do it.
Right.
They just like, you finna get
It make you feel good, though.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm kind of doing what I want to do. So.
Right.
But this kind of about you this episode. We gonna talk, but, you know, we want to tell you your story. So, you know, you could tell, I guess, you know, they gonna see the pictures. I see the pictures.
Oh, my God.
You could pretty much tell us, like, where you started. Just give us,
okay,
I guess,
I'll give you a little backstory.
Yeah, backstory.
Okay. So, as you can see it in my in the thumbnail, I was really even nervous to send them pictures because it's just like, oh my God, Taylor, how did you let yourself get there? But just to go back to where I was before that. So, I am, well, right now I'm 30, but a while ago, like maybe about 4 years ago, I started gaining weight. Like, you know, I've always been a tall girl. I'm 5'8" and 3/4. Shout out to all the stallions. So I've always been a tall girl, and I've never been like a slim, slender girl. I've always had, like, you know, not a lot of weight, but I was just a thick girl. You know, I got big legs, everything. So after I had my children, I had 2 boys. I started realizing, like, you know, my body was changing and things like that. And, you know, after, you know, coming home from school and things like that, I kind of went into, like, a depression. So a lot of people don't know, like, you know, I was sitting in the crib, like, I was just, you know, going through shit, depressed, like, you know, not liking where I was living at the time, you know, my situation. And, you know, now that I look back on it, I would turn to food. Like, you know, food was good to me. Food is still good to me. I'm still a foodie.
That's a big coping mechanism,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, food, you gotta really watch yourself when you're depressed because it's just like, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm sad. Yeah. I want to eat something good. What I'm gonna eat today? Like, or I'm cooking this, or I'm looking on these different, or I'm at work, you know, just going to different restaurants, like, you know, and then really too, it's who you hang out with too. If you're around bigger people too, y'all just like, we all going to eat, right? You know, it was a group of me and my homegirls. When nobody small, everybody was just the big girls, you know.
That's true.
So I realized, like, you know, I put on a lot of weight. Like, you know, I was just slowly but surely, like, gaining more weight. And I was okay with it at the time. I had a boyfriend, like, you know, I was still going out and doing what I wanted to do, but, you know, I would get some of my friends who didn't live by me, some of my friends from college and things like that, they'll be like, oh, let's go here, let's do this, and I would always decline because it's just like, I don't look how I used to look. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not where I want to be. Like,
so when did you get to that point though? Because you said at first you was just like, oh, we kicking it, eating. Mm-hmm. When you get to the point where I guess you was kind of like self-conscious, like, I don't look like this, so I don't want to.
I kind of got, when I was getting out of my depression, like, you know, I kind of was like, okay, I want to go out, or, you know, I want to do things, or my friends are inviting me places, like, you know, and it's just like, I'm cool because I don't like the way I look. Like, you know, it was just, I realized, like, oh, you don't look how you look when you was in college. Like, you know, you don't look how you look when you was in high school or before your kids or even after I had my kids, because I didn't start gaining weight to, you know, my last baby was like maybe 2, you know?
Right.
So I realized that I just wasn't okay with the way I was looking by, you know, because I wasn't that social person anymore. I'm like, I'm not even myself. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want people to see me.
So at what point you was like, I'm going to the gym? Or at one point, well, yeah, let's start out with that. What point you was like, okay, I know I don't look good, whatever. I'm gonna do something about it. Like, what was the point? I guess where that came to your mind.
I guess it was just like, you know, I like to shop, like buying clothes and things like that. Once I realized, like, oh, you in the plus size section, like, you know, you ain't, you know, your friends look better than you. Like, you know, you look like, you know, some of your friends look better than you. I had stopped hanging out with the big girls, and then I got back into, you know, like realizing who I was, and it's just like, oh, you more than the fat friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to get your shit together. So it was just something that really, it was like something that clicked. I'm like, I'm just going to start working out.
Now, I go to that one. I was going to say, what was the most hardest part? Or do you feel, because it sounded like you had a lot of motivation to just, I'm going. So I guess, I don't want to say what was the hardest part to get started, but I guess what was the hardest part to keep you going? You know what I'm saying? Once you was like, okay, I'm doing this now.
Okay.
Because I know it get discouraging.
For sure.
Especially when you go on, you ain't seeing no results. Like, what really kept you going?
I guess it was just me seeing results. You ain't asked me yet, but I'm pretty sure. Let's just get into it. The heaviest I was, and you'll see in the thumbnail, was 252 pounds.
Wow, really?
Yes, I was a big girl. Yeah, but the thing about it was I'm 5'8". Like, you know, I'm damn near 5'9". So it didn't look like I wasn't a meatball. You know, my weight was just It was just distributed. Like, you know, I was just a big girl. You know. So once I started seeing the pounds going down, I'm like, okay, Taylor, you could do this. Like, you know, you could do this. You can continue to drop weight. And I was changing the way I was eating. I was vegetarian for like maybe 3.5 years. How was that?
How do you transition to that? Because I done tried that so many times.
Cold turkey. You just got, that's what I did. I just did it cold turkey. I just literally stopped eating meat. Like, I'm just like.
You think that was like a big reason? Like, you feel like that was like the reason you was like gaining weight or whatever, or you was just like, I'm gonna try vegetarian, you just got hooked in it?
Like you said, I had tried all type of diets, you know, quick fixes. Like, you know, let me just do a smoothie cleanse or a juice cleanse. I've tried everything, so I'm like, let me just really try to change to what I'm actually eating, like, you know, on a regular basis versus them, like, you know, 1 or 2 week diets and things like that. So that really helped.
Was it hard? Like, the eating part wasn't hard at all?
For me, no.
So just totally just like, I'm done with this bad food, whatever, and I'm going hurt.
Well, I was still, like you said, I still have my, like, you know, cheat days where I eat like fries or, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. But as far as transitioning to a vegetarian, for me, that wasn't hard because I've always been a girl who like, you know, vegetables and things like that, and I know how to cook, so I made it taste good.
So you still do that right now?
No.
Oh.
No.
What?
No. I went to New Orleans, and me and my homegirl, we went to New Orleans, and I'm like, I cannot be in New Orleans without. I didn't give a fuck, I guess. Can we get some? Can I get some here? I'm sorry. I didn't give a fuck, so I'm like, I want some shrimp or something, and she like, do it. Now that, the temptations of my friends, like, that was hard for me. They like, you don't eat meat or blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, my grandma and them like, what's wrong with you? You need to eat this and blah, 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 and woo, woo, woo. So, yeah, definitely. And I held out the whole time, but I went to New Orleans. I'm like, fuck it. And I ate that shrimp, and I ain't been back.
Oh, man, you let them get to you.
It did. But I'm pescatarian, so.
Now, what's that exactly?
Just fish.
Oh, so you don't, oh, damn. You strong because all that no meat and stuff. See, like I said, I tried for like weeks at a time, and nah, this ain't working. You know what I'm saying?
What's your favorite meat? What you like?
I mean, chicken. You know, the easy, basic.
But you can give that up though. Like, I think you can.
I think with me, my biggest thing, I can't be the vegetarian because I wouldn't know what to eat. I don't know what's the substitute for chicken. Because you know what I'm saying, I try to get the protein and all that.
Okay.
So it's like, what I'm gonna eat besides turkey or something.
I guess when I went into it, I just did it cold turkey, but then I started researching, like, you know, what I need to eat and what is my body like. And so I did do my research. It's all about, like, you know, figuring it out.
Yeah. Because I know a big thing people be asking me, which I'm gonna try to do an episode on it about, like, what do I be eating? What's a meal plan?
Right.
What do you know what I'm saying? Because as you see, I always stress is the food is a big part. But I ain't really getting no details about it. And even when I put the workouts, it's like, yeah, that workout's good, but it's what I'm eating when I leave. So, I guess it's like, did you get into like what was like your routine? Like with me, like I said, I eat from 12 to 8.
Okay.
And I try to eat like at least 4 meals between that.
Okay.
So what's like your routine?
Well,
that you was doing
same. I did intermittent fasting. I work nights, so I would be waking up around like maybe 3 p.m. and my first meal would start at 4 o'clock, and I'll stop eating at 12 a.m. because I would work. I work literally overnight. Right. So I was fasting and things like that, and when I get off work, I would go to the gym. Like, you know, it's different now. That's why I say I would. You know, my things have changed for me now. I would go to the gym. I would eat small meals. You know, I was always cooking. I would never really eat out if I didn't have to. Like, you know, maybe on like if I wanted to take my kids out or like a event or something like that, I would. But I wouldn't go crazy when I would eat out. But I for the most part, I ate pretty clean.
You strong, man. Cause I know that was a big thing I was struggling with, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, I mean, pretty much everybody struggled with that. The fact you said cold turkey is like,
yeah,
that's the hardest part, I think, getting started. I think going to the gym is like, I don't want to say it's easy, but I feel like when you get there, you're motivated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I keep going. And then when you get home, it's like, damn, this is the tough part. Or when, like, people that stay up late, you know what I'm saying? You got them cravings.
Yeah.
And all you got is snacks in your.
I know about it because I'm a smoker. Like, you know, so for me now it's just like, okay, when you high, of course you want, you know, to eat after, and I really have to be like, Taylor, now slow down, girl. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Slow down, big girl. Slow down. You know.
Was you smoking while you was like in the gym and stuff? Yeah, cause I was gonna say, how was that, man?
No.
So you just.
I would drink. Yeah. You know, I'm a drinker, but then I started doing my research on the drinks. You don't really want to have too many mixed drinks. You don't really want to drink dark liquor. Yeah. So I have, you know, I'm a tequila girl now because I'm just like, you know, I'm counting calories. I'm doing all this other stuff, you know. Yeah,
that's a big thing too that people don't, you know, that I didn't. Still, I don't like doing it, but it's like I kind of eat the same stuff, so it's like I ain't really got to count because I know what I'm eating. But man, that shit is like vital. Counting that calories because you know you got to be in the caloric deficit. I explain that and people don't know what that is later. But that's a big thing, you know. People hate doing it. I hated doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that stopped people's progress too. You know what I'm saying?
As far as what?
Like losing weight because you think you trying to guess. You trying to hit an estimate. You could definitely be wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was times where I would have like all the like, you know, calorie counters on my phone, the different apps. Like I've literally tried everything. And really the best thing that I can say is just a healthy diet and exercising.
Alright, so what was the hardest part and what was the easiest part? I don't know if I kind of asked you that already in a sense, but
the hardest part for me, even now, is getting to the gym. Like, back then when I dropped the bulk of my weight, I just put it out there. I was 252, and then the smallest I've been was maybe 189. And right now I put some weight back on. Right now I'm 199. So the hardest thing really is like maintaining, like getting to the gym and then maintaining my weight, because my weight fluctuates so much. Like, you know, 1 week I'll be down 3 pounds, next week I'll be up 2, you know, next week I'll be down 6, you know.
You got it hard.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, and just getting to the gym and locking in when I'm there. Like, because I guess now that I'm older, I'm 30, guys. It's just more challenges. Like, my body is changing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, women, we have our cycles, and it's just like, I don't know, I'm not going to the gym this week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to the gym this week. I don't feel like it. You know, I can't do it. So really, for me, it's just like the hardest thing is being consistent.
Right.
It's even though I've dropped all that weight and I'm still, you know, working out and things like that, it's really like a lifestyle change for real. Like, consistency, like, you have to be so disciplined to change your body.
Yep. Discipline. I'm telling you, because you just it's so easy to just get back in the routine that you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could just, and especially if you see them little results, you're going to be like, oh, I feel like I did something.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then, you know, when people, dang, you slimming down.
Yeah.
That's what gets
That's
you.
what it be, the compliments.
Yep.
The thinking like, okay, cool. I didn't, you know, I'm down a size. Cool. I could eat a little more, or I ain't going to the gym because I look good. Everybody say I look good. Like, you know, that's my thing too. I be like, girl, the nigga still want you. You all right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
But I've gained weight, and now I'm getting back into the swing of things. Like, you know, I'm trying to get back into a healthier lifestyle, because I can't say, you know, with COVID and being at home, I ain't gonna blame everything on COVID. Everybody say COVID. It was just me. I was cool. I'm like, it's time to eat. Like, you know, I'm a snacks girl.
I mean, the home workouts is hard. Like, so I don't want to say I give people that excuse, but it's kind of tough working out at home. You lose motivation easy. You at home, so you like, I could just.
I'm checking my phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hitting the hookah.
Yeah.
Doing whatever I want to do.
Yeah, so I feel that, man. So what was I asked you the hardest part. So what was the easiest
part? Just staying, you know, really. The easiest part for me would probably be feeling better about myself. Like, you know, it got easier with time. Like, you know, because I told you. Yeah, I told you I gained weight because I was depressed. Mm-hmm. So, feeling better about myself became easier because I look better. I'm a firm believer, when you look good, you feel good, you know? So that's really what it was. When I come from the gym, like I was listening to you on your last episode, and you was talking about, you know, when you come from the gym, you energized, waking up the next morning like, damn, I look good. Yeah. Like, I'm slimming down. And that's really what it is.
Yeah, that was when I was talking about the sleep, and I you know, I'm gonna do something on that too. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but I'm gonna do some research to try to explain, because I don't understand it. But I know it's something, because, you know, when you get sleep, like I said, you feel like slim or something. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You went to the gym the day before, you know, you ate right, you know what I'm saying? You feel good. And then too, I think that's a motivation too. When you like, cause you know what somebody told me when I first started, but you can't help it. They was like, stay away from the scale. Like, the scale gonna mess you up every time, cause you know what I'm saying? You could look like you look different, but that scale might say something else, and then your mind just messed up. Yeah. Damn, I ain't do nothing. I ain't lose nothing.
That's how I feel sometimes.
Look,
and I'm sitting here looking at your scale. You got a scale right over there too.
And I check that one every morning too, man. See, I'm going to get my own thing.
Right, and he got a scale right there, y'all. And I've been looking at it like, ooh, should I get on it before I leave?
Hey, everybody get on it and they see something. Sometimes they see something they don't want to see.
Right.
Sometimes they be like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's been times where I've been obsessed with the scale. Like,
yeah, that's
for sure.
I wouldn't recommend buying one at all, because it do mess you up. Like you gotta be. I guess when I got to a point where it was kind of routine, it didn't mess with me, even though it still was discouraging when you see that you going for a week or 2 bars straight, and damn, no results.
Right,
you lost a pound.
number. Right.
Like damn, 2 weeks only lost a pound.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you beginning, stay away from the scale.
Do not do it, y'all.
It's gonna mess you up. You're gonna stop so quick.
Yeah, or it's just like you don't want to get into that habit of steady worrying, like, oh, I gotta get on the scale, I gotta get on the scale, you don't want to get into that bad habit because, like you said, once you start, it's hard to stop.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, I check it when I'm walking around the crib. I hop on it, knowing like I ain't did nothing. What is gonna say? It ain't gonna say nothing. But
I remember I was on a date with this guy, and I had on a dress, everything. We stopped at his house, and his scale was right there. He's like, "What you doing?" I'm taking off my heels. I'm taking off my heels and a full face of makeup, a wig on, a dress to hop on the damn scale.
You couldn't help it. Yeah, and like I said, you don't know what you might see though. But like you said, somebody like you say your weight like go up and down, so that'll mess you up. Cause
it does. That's just like I was saying. I set all them numbers and them algorithms because I know. I know. Just from getting on the scale, like looking at myself, I'll be like, oh, your foot a little fat today, But if I'm getting on the scale, I really just know for sure, like, bitch, you ain't did shit, like,
It scares you, man. What advice would you give women? I mean, they can relate to you more. That's trying to get started, and I mean, cause you different. You said you did everything just cold turkey. I mean, you had motivation, but everybody ain't like that. So I guess what advice would you give them that's trying to get started? You know what I'm saying? And I guess trying to stay consistent.
Well, you're right, because first thing I want to say is it's just so many women that suffering in silence about their body. They try to make themselves seem good, or some women, they okay with the way they look. And I'm like, okay, go ahead, big girl, do what you gonna do. Like, I see you, because when I was your size, I wasn't. So, I praise them for having that confidence, but some just don't. Like, so they never just, they feel a way about themselves, and they never just could be like, just let me go do it. But what I do want to say is, that's the easiest thing, just to do it. Like, just get up every day, do something. Like, if you, as far as you just walking, or you taking the stairs, or you dancing in your room, or things like that. The little things help. And I just want to let anybody know, like, you determine your life. Like, you in control of your mind, your body, everything. So it's really on you. It ain't on nobody but yourself. You can have a million excuses. I still have excuses, but it's up to you to change your life, and it starts with your mind. People think it's, let me just go do. It's really in your mind.
And what I tell people too, to piggyback off of, people I'm like, get in the gym. I'm gonna start this week, next week. I'm like, go today. Yeah. Because next week gonna turn to next month, and it's gonna keep going. So go today. Go, just walk today. Yeah. Get used to doing something.
Just something, like, instead of saying like, like you hear people be like, I'm gonna start my diet on Monday. Start it in 5 hours.
Right. When you go to the store, go start it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's motivating what you people. I used to be one of them. Start next week. So, but yeah, I feel like it was a good episode, man. I feel like
I'm excited.
You're gonna inspire people. Inspire people to, you know what I'm saying? Because your story is good. You know what I'm saying? The transformation is good, and I feel like people gonna, especially women, because they can relate to you. I mean, they probably, the ones, like you said, is people in the back of their mind, they want to do something, they don't know where to start. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, this could really help them. So you could get some shout outs or something if you want.
Oh, you already know I got all of them. First of all, I want to shout you out. Thank you for always, being able to, fit me in. Yeah. I was on another podcast, but this ain't that. I want to make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Taylor Ray on YouTube. RAE, not RAY. My Instagram, it's Taylor Ray 1208. And I'm just happy to be here, and I just want to let everybody know that just do something. Do it for you. Don't do it for nobody else but you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something. So yeah, y'all know, please subscribe. Follow me on IG. I got 2 IGs, but if you follow one, then the link to the other one is in my bio. I don't know people on TikTok. Follow the TikTok. Like I said last time, I'm trying to get on there more. I need to start putting more videos up.
It's for the kids, man.
Yeah, but that's the viral. That's the, Facebook. You search my name, it'll pop up. I can invite you to the group. I got a lot of workout videos on there. And just more content coming. So just look out for the next video.
Subscribe to his channel, y'all.
Subscribe, man.
And YouTube too. One thing I can't say, Instagram too. He be on Instagram doing all type of workouts.
Yeah,
I'm like, look at him. He be in the gym going hard, y'all.
I be trying some crazy
That's motivation.
Stuff,
motivation for me. So make sure you subscribe to his channel.
Alright, y'all. Till next time.